Welcome back to Book Break. Today I am doing our October book haul. I have a huge box of books in front of me here and I've got no idea what's inside, so it's very exciting. Oh, the first one I see is Christmassy. That's getting me in the mood for Christmas already. This is How Winston Delivered Christmas. So this is just one of our most popular books and now it's out in paperback. It's just a really cute little story about Winston the mouse and it's got activities throughout it as well. So like here there's a recipe for mince pies, lovely illustrations throughout, recipe to make stained glass window biscuits. It's just like a really lovely hands-on Christmassy book. Okay. The Secret of Cold Hills. Now we're going much darker than our cute Christmas book. This is a Peter James one. So this is a ghost story. It's a follow-up to The House on Cold Hill, but you can read it on its own. It works as a standalone. And this is set after Cold Hill House has been burnt down, destroyed by a fire, and replaced by a new development of modern houses. But whatever was haunting Cold Hill House still lives on here. We've got a lovely Chris Riddell here, Poems to Fall in Love With. So this is a follow-up to his last poetry collection, Poems to Live Your Life By, which is where he's taken some of his favourite poems and then illustrated and given them like a whole new lease of life, and now he's done the same thing. So these poems are all about different forms of love, and I just absolutely love the way he draws them, and you can really tell how he relates to each poem and it really brings it to life for you. Just a really gorgeous book. This one I've heard a lot about, it's been super popular. This is The Order of the Day. So this is historical fiction, but it's about real meetings that took place in the build-up to the Second World War. And it's got real historical figures in it, like Winston Churchill and Neville Chamberlain, but it's very much fiction. It's this really gripping book about a really important period of history that changed the world. Oh, this is the paperback of a book I loved. This is The Neighbour by Fiona Cummins. So this is a thriller set in a small town. A family have just moved in to discover that there has been a series of serial killings in this neighbourhood, and the story is told turn by turn from perspectives of the different people who live in this town, and you don't know who to suspect. Everyone's got their own pretty disturbing secrets going on behind closed doors, and you're trying to figure out which of the neighbours is the serial killer. It's really tense, really keeps you guessing all the way to the end. I absolutely loved this one. Okay, this next one is a lovely little book by Ken Follett. So he decides to write this after the burning of Notre Dame Cathedral, which is a building that he absolutely loves. Ken Follett is the author of the Kingsbridge books. The Pillars of the Earth is the first in that, and it's all about the building of a cathedral. So this is definitely something that's really close to Ken Follett's heart. And this book is called here A Short History of the Meaning of Cathedrals. So it's him talking about what Notre Dame and other cathedrals like it mean to us and why they're so important. And money from every sale is going to be going to a French charity dedicated to rebuilding the Notre Dame Cathedral. Ooh, then we have the new Frances Hardinge. This is Deep Light. It comes out on Halloween, so it's perfect for this type of year. She always writes such good dark fantasy. So this is set in a world that was once ruled by these cruel and mysterious gods that have now vanished. And there are relics of them scattered beneath the oceans. So this book is about two teenage boys who go on dives to try and find relics of the gods that they can sell. But on one of their dives, they come across a really dangerous relic that's going to change their lives forever. Now, the next book I've just seen in this box is our biggest book of the year. This is Me by Elton John, which is his first and only autobiography. The whole office has just been so excited about this one. We've had rainbow cakes, we've had spontaneous sing-alongs. It's been so much fun. It's just such an exciting book, whether you're a fan of Elton John or just a fan in general of British music, of rock and roll. It's got so many stories that nobody has ever heard before in here. It's just a fantastic read. Okay, I've seen another very Christmassy looking one in here. So this is a Danielle Steel book, Beecham Hall. I just learned how to pronounce this title. It's not what you expect. So this is about an American woman who, after breaking up with her boyfriend and losing her job and just being in a pretty rubbish time of her life, impulsively decides to buy a ticket to the UK to come visit the set of her favourite show, which is a period drama called Beecham Hall. And it's all about her actually making friends with the cast of the show and what goes on behind the scenes becoming just as dramatic and exciting as what goes on the show. So this book I think is perfect for fans of Downton Abbey. And while we're talking about Christmas, here's a lovely new MCL, Poems for Christmas. So this has got an introduction by Judith Flanders, a lovely illustration on the front of two little children hanging up their stockings, and it's just a gorgeous collection of poems about Christmas. It's got like Christmas carols in here, the words of those written out. It's got 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, of course, my favourite one. This is something I can imagine you kind of sitting down with every night in December and discovering some new Christmassy poems. And then the other new MCL to go with that is Poems for Travellers. So this one is a lovely collection of poems all about different types of travel, different methods of travel, different places to travel. If you're not actually going on holiday for a while, this maybe might be the next best thing. Another one that everyone's been so excited about that's finally here is Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. So this is the sequel to Carry On, which is the story about a chosen one wizard and his vampire roommate who are enemies but then fall in love. So that was Carry On, that was absolutely beloved. At the end of that book, spoiler alert, they saved the day. So this book is all about what happens after you complete your hero's mission. And the answer in this book is you go on a road trip across America with your boyfriend, who happens to be a vampire. Oh, I just read this one and I absolutely loved it. This is the life-changing manga of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, who is of course the author of The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up and is the star of that Netflix show. So this is a manga about a young woman who lives in this very messy flat, and it's all about her putting Marie Kondo's methods into practice basically. But it's such a charming story, and it's all about how the reason that her flat is so messy is kind of because she's lost track a bit of what she actually wants out of life. So she's taken up all these different hobbies and then given them up. She's had different relationships which have led her to different places in her life, and then with the help of Marie Kondo, she actually makes her flat a space for herself and works out who she wants to be.
I think I need to read this book.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, fine, I'll go tidy. Now this next one I'm really excited to read because I've just heard that it's absolutely beautiful. So this is The Winter Soldier by Daniel Mason, who wrote The Piano Tuner, which also everyone's just been raving about. So this is historical fiction set in World War I, and it's about a medical doctor. And the author is himself a medical doctor, so he knows a lot about this. But the main thing that everyone has just been saying is just that the writing in this book is so amazing, so beautiful. So I'm absolutely desperate to read this. Now sci-fi fans will be really excited about this one. This is Salvation Lost, which is the second book in the Salvation series by sci-fi master Peter F. Hamilton. So these books are set in the distant future, and there is an alien race called the Olyaks who are planning to harvest humanity for their god. And so the humans have to decide, are they going to flee or are they going to fight back? Then there's a new poetry collection from Paul Farley, who is widely regarded as one of England's finest poets. So this collection is called The Mizzy, and from what I've heard, it's just almost impossible to categorise because he just writes so well about so many different themes. So this just sounds like an absolutely beautiful collection. Now this next one I'm really excited about. This is Spirited by Senia Johansson. So she is a cook, she's written several cookbooks, she's written about hygge, and her books are all really lovely, cosy, indulgent books about really enjoying yourself and really embracing food, and this time it's about embracing alcohol. So these are lovely cocktail recipes, again perfect for this time of year. So this one's about really enjoying the taste and experience of drinks, and it's got alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks in here as well, but they're perfect for throwing Christmas parties and having these lovely winter warmer cocktails. And now another really lovely Christmassy looking one. This is Meerkat Christmas. So this looks like a really fun interactive one. So it's about a meerkat who decides that his home doesn't feel Christmassy enough, so he wants to set off to find a part of the world that feels more Christmassy. And as he goes along, he's sending postcards about each of the places he goes that you can actually open up and read. So it's a really fun, lovely, colourful, really hands-on Christmassy book. And finally, the last one in here, this is another one that would be a great Christmas present. This is Adventures in Moomin Valley. It's a lovely book, perfect for fans of the Moomins. It's got all your favourite characters created by Tove Jansson, but new stories, because each of the stories in here are from the TV series. And it's a really beautiful book. It's got a lovely mix of hand-drawn illustrations as well as graphics from the TV show, so it's really visual and just a lovely book to get lost in over Christmas. So that was our October book haul. That was just a really fun selection of some of the most exciting books coming into our office over the last month. So do leave a comment below letting me know which ones you're most excited about reading, and of course do give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below for new videos every week. See you next time!